Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back. Don's Hot Rod Garage. Big Don with you. Long time no see. Um, really haven't been out in the garage a whole lot, and the weather around here has just been crappy. Which, if you know anything about Ohio, that's nothing new. Um, but I was out here today, just kind of playing around with the cars a little bit, just kind of tinkering, and basically just trying to find my mojo, among other things, throughout life. Earlier this week, I got my first pair of prescription glasses because I tried to do my driver's license renewal, where you look into that thing and you got to read them super tiny little letters. The right eye said no way, so I'm getting used to that also. Plus, I got to go back down and do it again, and hopefully we'll pass this time because I drive for a living. Which, maybe it's time for a break from driving. I don't know. But let's check out what I have been doing. So, this car, last fall, I had it sitting outside while I kind of worked on the floors, and I put the left rocker on it, then I brought it in the garage and put the right rocker on it, but I had rolled it out today because I was moving some stuff around and I had to unload an engine into the garage, and my engine hoist is always buried way back in the corner, which is not, not the best place because you got to move everything just to get it out. But, guys, what sucks is if you have a car like that 57 has been sitting outside, and I've had a tarp on it, but you can kind of see how the roof's real shiny. That's from, 40, 50, 60 mile an hour winds day after day after day after day. I mean, it just never lets up. So I've got to I think I got to take a step back and negotiate my hot rods. As I live in Columbus, Ohio, and you can't have anything sitting outside. It's just, you're going to constantly fight just to break back to where you was the day before if it's sitting outside. Like, I went back through and cleaned all the trim, and I just polished all the wheels because, they had so much pollen and dirt and dust and rain blown up against them. Even though it was tarped up, you just, you got to have them in a garage. In this part of the world, we're not blessed with just beautiful dry days. I mean, we get a lot of atmosphere activity, we'll call that. So I started off and I polished all the wheels and just did a quick little hand polish on the trim. But like I said, I'm just trying to find my mojo again to get back out here, and I got to cut that because you see it's got some rust there, and I just put the new rocker on it, but it's got a little bit of rust there, but I want to trim that out so I can access the inner floors, kind of like you can see on that one, kind of fix all that stuff that needs fixing. But I've been super busy at work, and it's just been kind of either cold or rainy, or I'll be at work and the day will look real nice, and I'm like, man, I can't wait to get home. And before I get home, it goes to cold and gloomy, and you could only imagine. You'd have to be an Ohioan to know what I'm referencing. Plus, I've been going through some junk in the garage. That's what's in the bed of the truck. I've been going through some junk in the garage that it's got to find a different home. Yeah, I just now pulled the tarp off of it, but you can see how it's all shiny from that tarp just for hours and hours. It literally drives me insane when I think about that car sitting out there. But I know everybody's going to say in this video, get that guy a bigger garage, which is, super cool, but I'm getting ready to turn 45 here in a few more days, and instead of going bigger, we're kind of thinking about going more simple. So that's the convertible engine. Like, it used to sit over here, but I moved my engine hoist over here just so we have a little bit more accessibility to it. Plus, this engine, you know, I still got to paint under the hood of the car and do a couple other things before I drop that engine in the convertible. And this is a 350, a Chevy 350 out of a K5 Blazer that I had got maybe last year or the year before. I think it was last year. But it ran, but it was kind of, you could tell it was just kind of tired. And I'm going to send that. I'm going to sell it. I don't have Facebook, which is a drag because that's where all the action happens. So I'm going to have to, you know, run my luck and put it on Craigslist. Nobody even gets on Craigslist no more, but I tried to get my wife to list some things on Facebook, and we're still waiting on that. That is a Super T10 that I got. If you remember back a few videos ago when I bought that 56 Power Pack engine, 2 weeks ago I went through and cleaned it all up. It looks pretty daggone good now. I'm going to pull the side cover off of it and just roll it over, look and see what the synchronizer look like and the gears themselves. And I did go and get the all the paperwork done on the convertible. So it's got a tag. That tag's just waiting on me. But like I said, I've just been super busy with everything else, and I just figured I'd roll it out today and just kind of just go around it, just clean it, and, you know, just kind of like clean everything back off, just because I know it's crazy, but I even washed the windows and everything on it, just because when they sit outside, I mean, it is a drag around here. I dream about what it would be like to live in a dry state where a car could sit outside and just be left alone. Cars in Ohio get tormented if you bring them, or not if you bring them, but if you let them sit outside, they get tormented. One of these days I'll be able to cruise this thing, I'm hoping. But look how dirty the back window is. Nothing's ever touched it. That's just dust and dirt and everything that blows around. And I started, you can see on this side right here, I started to clean it, but you gotta be real careful wiping on that, because you'll ruin a back window. So yeah, I went through and just cleaned everything up as best I could. And whenever I did my last video, I had said that I was going to buy some slots, and these are the wheels that I bought right here. Them are like, they're all 14s, but them are kind of skinny, and the back ones are a little bit more wider. But they've been sitting out here for, I don't know, you can see the rain on them. The rain is just sitting on the lip of them. I just decided I didn't like them. So somebody's around Columbus, Ohio, wants some aluminum slots. They're the Unilug. You just have to get yourself some washers and some lug nuts. But they're for sale. Then I found that in the corner of the garage, a insert to one of them. So just been kind of trying to make some room. I mean, if this garage only had 1 or 2 cars in it, you would be blown away how huge of a garage it is. But I mean, I got little nooks and crannies everywhere, just packed to the gills. So I'm going to continue to just kind of clean the garage and get rid of stuff that I know I don't need, or I was just keeping because it was, you know, it was something good, or I thought I would use it. I'm a Sanford and Son junk collector. Look at that little thing. I found it in a dumpster, but I mean, I don't know. You know the problem, guys. I like stuff that reminds me of things I seen when I was young growing up. I don't know, maybe I'm an old soul. I just like the old stuff. So you can see where something was running down that side. It just, man, I don't know. The wind just rips across that car constantly. Friggin' drives me nuts. So that's all I can do with it right now, honestly. Just sitting out here. I mean, I try to cover it up as best as possible, but this will show you right here. Look, that's all bare metal. That's a lot of gyrating from that tarp. So yeah, I was just out here, just polished up the wheels and the trim and everything on that car, just trying to get my mojo back. And you know, we're still around here, we're still kind of waiting for the weather to break almost. You know, like the high today was 53 or 4 degrees, and this is April the 2nd, 2023. The high was 53 degrees, which I don't think it's even reached that yet. But you know, this morning starting off, it was probably 30, I don't know, 36. It's cold. Your fingers get cold sitting out here. So anyways, sorry there's been such a big gap in my videos. You know, hopefully I'll be able to get back to them here real soon, but just life and just everything right now, just there's just no time, or maybe no fire to work on the hot rods. So they just have to sit here and get beat to death by the tarp until I can get my mojo back together. So anyways, guys, that's what Big Don's been up to, just out here messing around in the garage. Now I got to see if the convertible will even fit in here, because there's actually an engine behind that. So we might even have to move around some more things. Life of being a Tri5 hoarder, I guess. So anyways, thanks for stopping by Don's Hot Rod Garage. I'll catch you guys on the next video.